This year's winter arrived earlier and more fiercely than usual, blanketing the mountains and forests in a thick layer of snow and chilling winds. Yet, the wild boar showed no signs of slowing down, roaming ceaselessly in search of food. The scarcity of resources had made them increasingly reckless, destroying everything in their path. Faced with this situation, we hunters decided to launch a dramatic pursuit. Before dawn broke, we gathered at the foot of the mountain as agreed. Clear, deep boar tracks carved into the thick snow signaled their recent activity. They were still nearby. We quickly followed the trail, advancing cautiously as our hunting dogs fanned out, relentlessly tracking the prey. The opportunity was crystal clear. I raised my rifle, lined up the shot, and pulled the trigger. The sharp crack of the gun echoed through the trees. The boar staggered backward with a final cry before collapsing. Just as that encounter ended, the dog's growling barks erupted once again, this time more intense than ever, a sure sign another target had been found. We rushed through towering, snow-covered pines, and with one swift shot, brought down another boar on the spot. Following more tracks, we made our way toward a nearby thicket. My hunting partner and I began scanning the surroundings, and as a precaution, we mounted a small camera on one of our dogs, letting it roam freely to search deep within the forest. Seizing the moment, we fired without hesitation. The boar was down in seconds. Elsewhere, the chase was reaching a fever pitch. As soon as the boars heard gunfire, they bolted in all directions, sensing imminent danger. But we had already anticipated their escape routes. With careful adjustments to our scopes, we fired off a rapid series of shots. As the last bullet rang out, another boar fell, ending its dash for safety. Later, I moved to a new vantage point, eyes scanning every movement around me. There it was. A black figure thundered down the mountain slope, clearly trying to flee death itself. My rifle was ready. Without a moment's hesitation, I pulled the trigger. The booming gunshot silenced its final hope of escape. Our team quickly closed in, silently maneuvering toward the target. When the boars came into view, I crouched low, lined up my shot. The dominant male went down instantly. Another one tried to flee, but was swiftly taken out by follow-up shots. It was a perfect example of precision, timing, and teamwork in extreme conditions. I waited for the perfect pause and then fired. The shot landed, but the animal still managed to scramble forward. One more precise. This time, there was no chance of escape. We packed up our final harvests and returned in overwhelming joy. But the number of wild boars is still high, and these hunts are far from over. It is not a hunting game, but a confrontation between farmers to protect their crops. And we, the farmers, have fought day and night to prevent the invasion of these destroyers. In Iowa, feral hogs are considered an invasive species and can be hunted year-round. So we bring rifles, silencers, and dog to track down and kill the hogs. The feeling was strangely thrilling. My friends and I, who were farmers, were now holding rifles, quietly ambushing in the middle of a cornfield, our ears straining to catch any unusual sounds. Oh, after a few hours of searching the cornfield, my dogs discovered the wild boar. Suddenly, it rushed towards me. Without hesitation, I opened fire to take it down. This pig is very heavy. It probably ate a lot of corn in the field. It is right to kill it. To search for wild boars in the cornfields, we use dozens of hunting dogs. A gunshot rang out in the cornfield. It was my buddy who had taken down a wild boar. Suddenly, a wild boar ran out of the cornfield. I raised my gun and pulled the trigger. The sound of the gunshot tore through the quiet air. The wild boar fell down. It was bigger than the wild boar my friend had just shot. "Focus, buddy. I hear some noise," my companion whispered. As soon as he finished speaking, a wild boar appeared. Not missing the opportunity, I aimed accurately and shot it down quickly. Sometimes, to defeat wild boars, we rely not only on guns and bullets, but also on understanding the behavior of wild boars. After a decisive shot, the wild boar was taken down. To avoid wasting too much bullets, you must aim accurately. Someone asked me, "Do you feel bad about hunting them like that?" Honestly, I don't enjoy killing them. But I have no choice. Not only do they destroy crops, they're also dangerous to livestock and even children. A neighbor once told me that his dairy cow was attacked by a wild boar at night and was seriously injured. The cost of replanting corn per hectare is already high, but if we let wild boars destroy it, we will lose the whole crop.
Bota aqui, não. Vira aqui agora, pra esquerda, tu. Pra direita, tu. Acompanha ele. Pra cá. Vira pra esquerda. Vai. Aí.
After a period of continuous hunting of wild boars, I have learned a lot. This invasive species has an extremely frightening reproductive ability. If not controlled in time, they will multiply like an epidemic. In particular, do not be subjective, because if you are negligent for just a few days, they will return and continue to destroy. All the pigs caught are shot down with guns. We do this to completely prevent wild pigs from breeding and destroying crops.
Get it,